Hey, what's up, everybody? About to give me another workout. About to give me another workout in here momentarily. But before I do, the idea popped up in my mind because it's something I've been applying to my life lately. And the things I apply to my life, I want to tell you guys about because y'all a part of me, I'm a part of y'all, man. So I want to talk about reprogramming your mind, right? It's a very crucial part, like in this life, what we call in this game we call life. Because like we all have certain ideals about this world, just like from growing up, from what we heard just from relatives, family members, what we saw on TV, our favorite like celebrities, whatever music we listen to, just a lot of things overall that gave us a certain perception of this world and a certain perception of ourselves. And a lot of the times, the majority of the time, we take on other people's collective beliefs and we make it ours. And that's where like a lot of things just like gets misconstrued because because now you don't know yourself, who you are for real. So a lot of times you just going through life just doing things like not through who you are. If you get what I'm saying. And the thing and what it starts with is your mindset. And start reprogramming your mindset and start like eliminating certain things. So start eliminating certain collective beliefs that you've been holding on to about yourself. It's limited beliefs about yourself. You may think you're not good enough. You may think you're not enough. You may think that you're too old, you don't have this, you don't have that, but that don't define who you are. You have to give your own self your own identity, because the thing is you want to be good with or without like any materialistic thing, which is why I preach. I preach it to people outside, like when I'm not recording, like people I talk to, I preach detachment. And a lot of times people think I'm just talking about just like being cold-hearted, but it's not being cold-hearted. It's enjoying life to the fullest but it's about staying true to who you are. So when certain situations do occur in life, you're unmoved. Like you're not, who you are. You can stand firm in who you are. That's what I mean by detachment. So like, say if you do get into a relationship with somebody and y'all end up parting ways, you're not heartbroken because you know who you are. You're not moved by it. You can still be able to move forward. Yeah, it might hurt a little bit because you probably did see a future with this person, but you can move forward easily. You don't lose yourself because you have that solid foundation of who you are. You have that mindset because now like I said, you're not attached to that or anything. You may have a car, you may have a house, you may have a certain amount of money, but if you lose it all, they say if you lose it, you're not moved by it because you know who you are. That's what I mean by detachment. To where you're good with or without, good with or without. So that way nothing has control over you. And nothing has control over you, you have all the power. So that's what I mean by detachment. But you have to work on your mindset first. You have to reprogram your mindset. You have to really go deep dive into yourself. I've been doing like awareness checks. So like I've been on music fast. Like I've been on musical fast. So I listen to no music for a period of time, just to be in that silence from sun up to sundown, and I can see where like how I think about certain aspects of my life and why do I think about that way. Why I think about that aspect of my life that way, and it comes down to me being accountability. So I take accountability for all that. Even like I'm thinking about shit that happened to me that happened years ago, and I can see why it happened. So, and I can say it all started with my thoughts. About a certain person. I had a fucking argument with the person before I even interacted with him, and I wonder why we fucking have a certain that argument. You was like, I knew that was gonna happen, but you already had it in your mind. You was already thinking that. Or something didn't go your way because you already was that person. Like, when I have the worst luck, man. Nothing will work out for me. You just be saying that, but God takes it serious. The universe takes it serious, man. And because like what you say, it matters. Everything you say counts. So, and everything you think counts too. So that's why I say you gotta reprogram your mind, because it's just like, that's the only way to go. Cause like, a lot of the times we're addicted to our own suffering as well. So like, we just keep on just being so attached to the bad shit. Like, but as most of us humans though, it's like we're programmed that way to be so negative and be attached to just the bad story, just something that happened to us to keep us in that victim mode. But it's like, it's just like Santiago, he like, when he moved from his hometown to pursue his personal legend, he got there, he got robbed. Like, he came up on some money, he showed his sheep, got some money, he met somebody, they robbed him, they stole all his money. Like, he had no money, so then he was in the middle of the desert, like, he didn't know what to do. Like, but in that moment, he could have chose to be the victim and kept being addicted to that suffering. But what he did though, he chose to be the person who was pursuing that personal legend, who's going to get that accomplished no matter what. So you have to start being the victor in your life, and so you have to start being the victor in your life. That's how you say the word. I've been reading a little bit. I've been reading a lot lately, so I'm trying to put in more words. So yeah, but you gotta stop playing the victim card. You gotta stop being addicted to that suffering, and start being addicted to good things happening to you. Start giving yourself just positive self-talk. Start speaking life into yourself. Just start expecting the best in everything. Like, even in like small shit, like going to work, you might say, all right, I know how this day gonna go, this and that. No, like, go to work and have the best day at your job. And you're gonna see the energy, difference. You're gonna see the difference in your energy and everyone else's energy around you. And then somebody's energy is off around you, you still gonna be so high of self, like, you're not gonna care. Like, and that's how I've been. Like, when I've been reprogramming my mind, I'm high of self, I'm high of life. Like, I have more energy, I have more vitality to myself. Like, I'm going off, like, I could sleep. I've been going off like 4 hours of sleep and still waking up like with more, like, with energy and all that. And and it's just like I'm on like auto, like, I'm just in that mode, like, I don't know. And also, just like at work, I'm not getting tired or nothing. Like, my energy is like flowing the entire shift, because I'm just feeding myself positive self-talk, feeding myself good things. I'm having the best expectation about everything, and also it just like, also naturally I've been doing 1 meal a day and all that too. So I just been feeling good I've just been feeling good all around, but yeah, that's why I say it's very important, to start detaching and practice detachment. But like I said, it's not in a bad context. It's from a standpoint of knowing who you are. So when things, quote unquote, happen to you in life, like situations happen in life, you know who you are. You're not gonna be reacting emotional, because, well, like I said, whatever gets you out of your emotional state owns you. So you have to also, watch out for that, because like things just be tricky on this earth. Like, it would try to get you to stay in that negative state, like putting fear out there, just putting negativity out there. So now you're scared to do certain things. Now you got certain limitations about yourself. So anybody out here that's trying to reprogram their thinking, the way they think and how they perceive the world, you just have to start being more in the silence and start deleting, like, just deleting the noise, like cutting out the noise, and start finding who you are for real, and just walking into the world, Cause I think it was Nipsey Hussle. He said, I'd rather be at peace with myself and at war with the world than at a war with myself and peace with the world, something like that. So, you want to have that peace within yourself. So when you go out in the world, nothing could fuck with you. You unfuckwittable. Can't shit break you. You're unbreakable. And you can just look at shit. You can just be indifferent to the world. Shit happen. You looking at it like this. I know who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, somebody call you or like got your name or something, you can just look at them like, it's not me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could choose to, like I said, but yeah, I'm going too long on this video. I'm over rambling. But yeah, have a great night, though. I'm going to get this workout in peace.